Hello, my name is Jochen Schleser. I'm the founder of Saddlefit for Life, and today I'm going to talk about the real cause of cinching, girth changing. We often jump too often to conclusions that, my horse doesn't like this girth. I gotta buy a new girth because the horse is reacting. Or people say, that horse doesn't like ridden by a lady because every time when a lady girths that horse up, the horse is cinchy. There are so many factors out there why the horse reacts when you girth, and that's what this seminar is all about. When a horse shows girthiness, there could be so many factors at play. So in order to help you to a little bit understand how to approach this problem, I want you to not think like a human. Think like a flight animal. Think like an animal who doesn't process information or can think like a human. Okay, so here is an example. If I go into my closet and put my pants on, and I take my nice leather belt, and then I take the leather belt and tighten it very, very tight, and the pants jump up into my crotch and I'm very uncomfortable. Am I going to blame the pants that didn't fit right and they jumped right up there? Do I blame the girth? Do I blame how much I pull on the belt? No, I'm processing it. Maybe it is all of the above. The horse doesn't. So the saddle being the pants, the belt being the girth, you being you, the rider, approach the horse. And at that moment, when you approach the horse with the saddle, start paying attention. You can see him start sucking air. You can see he's starting to move around the cross tie. Sometimes you just stand very quiet. He didn't do anything while you put the saddle on. Then he hears that clink, 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 the noise of the buckles of the girth. And then you see him start to bite in the air, starting to move. Okay? He knows when that girth comes on, something gets really agitating. So next step, I want you to pay really close attention. The second you reach for the belt, how does he reach? How does he react? The girth hasn't even touched his body. Has he reacted already? And last not least, when your girth has the billet and the girth attached, and the first tightening, doesn't have to be tight, the first contact to the skin and tightening happen, what does he do? So try to really pay attention. What does he do when you get the saddle and put it on the horse? What does he do when you come out of the tack room with the girth? Number 3, what does he do when you reach for the girth? And number 4, what does he do when you tighten the girth on his body? See, the behavior of the horse, as I mentioned, he shifts around, okay, or he swishes with the tail, or paws all of a sudden like crazy. He gets this huge anxiety. Often, girthiness could be all of the above. Well, he's already making faces when I come with the saddle. It may come from the girth, but we associate that as girthiness. Because when we really start putting the girth on, at this time he loses it. So he could react at all these 4 parts, or maybe just when the girth touches his body. Other typical reaction is that the horse actually leashes out and bites you, or bites somebody else who comes by, or throws himself on the ground. Maybe you taught him not to do that, but you notice he's super uncomfortable, and you walk him out to, get on the horse, and he walks like he's on a tightrope, like puts his legs in front of each other, like really tight, and you feel like, oh my God, this is like a bomb to explode. Girthiness comes in so many different factors, but it's the little signs what counts. And it is important that you really understand when to look, when what happens. See, in one of our most important courses we teach at the CEE, Certified Equine Ergonomist courses, which you can see here on our academy. There's much information on it. We show you clear signs before you even put the saddle on. If you know this horse is going to react the second the girth comes from it. So you learn that the problem is not the girth. It is when the tension comes and the saddle gets pulled down, then the saddle starts pinching the withers, the nerves, right? So example I said with my pants, if they jump into my crotch, they wouldn't do that if the pants fit. So often we jump to conclusion because we don't have the knowledge or we get sidetracked. But it's a huge issue because I cannot stress enough that we as humans take these beautiful animals of the natural environment, and then we protect them, we feed them, we ride them, and then we do something unintentionally. I know most of you don't want to cause the horses pain because it might be the saddle pad, right? It might be my underwear what really was the problem, not the belt, not my pants. And again, even in small courses like the Saddle Essential course we have for you guys, right? We teach all that. So when it comes to girthiness, don't underestimate the small signs your horse gives you. Okay? Sure, you can train it away with behavior training. You can trick him with treats. But what is he really trying to tell you? This hurts when it goes on. Saddle pads, girth, or saddle. Now, why are we talking then about girthiness if it's clearly a saddle pad issue or a saddle? Because when you girth the saddle up, every sign to clench, everything starts to clench down. In one of our seminars, we teach about the different girth styles. Maybe you got the complete wrong girth style. There's nothing wrong with your saddle. There's nothing wrong with your saddle pad. It's just the wrong style or the wrong length. Oh my God, it's mind-boggling. There's so many things, and I know it's overwhelming. And this is not our issue here. Our issue is not to scare you. Our issue is to educate you. And I hate that I only have a couple minutes, 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes of your time right now. And I'm trying to cramp all this in, but I'm trying to get you to think outside the box. I'm trying to think, hey, I love my horse. I want to have a good time with my horse. I want my horse to call my name when I come into the barn. Hello, Jochen, come on and ride with me, right? I don't want him to run away from me as soon as he sees me. I love my horse. I love being with him, and not knowing that I unintentionally hurt him would kill me, would absolutely hurt my soul. And that's what we need to bring across to everybody who loves horses and ride horses, that the girthiness is just a way the horse communicates. Wake up, buddy. Check my equipment. Of course, is it always the equipment? 99% it is the equipment. Why the horse shows signs of girthiness. But remember, the horse is a flight animal. And when flight animals are concerned, in stress, fear, it gets to them via ulcers, gut, stomach, or colic. So if they already have gut issues, right, or they have an ulcer, now there comes the girth, now you have to write, it amplifies it. Sure, you could say, okay, if he's girthy, I'm going to check with a vet or body worker. Of course, it's all important. But because of the high percentage, that is often the equipment what causes the ulcer in the first place. Of course, it depends how you ride and depends what sport you do. I get all that. But if you have checked all the boxes and he says, I really don't know why he's still girthy, often check with your equipment and then go down the line because it's so easy to take care of that. If you like more information about this, there are many of our Saddlefit experts. We have phenomenal teachers at Saddlefit for Life, because our Saddlefit for Life education is based on science. It's all evidence-based. And what I also love about sharing our knowledge with you is that you learn to look after your horse and you understand more and more before it's too late. So if you like what you saw, go ahead and click the notification bell or hit the subscribe button. And also remember, the doors is always open. We like seeing you back, and until next video, bye for now.